of Susan Magara at Tenyi was rolled into Our Lady of Africa Church in Mbuya, Kampala at about 11 a.m. Her family, relatives and friends gathered here to pay their last respects to Magara, whose young life was brutally cut short on February 27th. She was abducted near her home in Lunguja, Kampala on February the 7th. And for 20 days, the family was subjected to torture and torment as they negotiated with the kidnappers to secure Susan's freedom. It has all ended in deep pain for them. At the requiem mass, fresh details emerged about Magara's death that has pricked the nation's conscience. Speaking for the first time since his daughter's body was found dumped off the Entebbe Expressway in Kigo on 27 February, businessman John Magara narrated the chilling events of the last 20 days of Susan's life.
Within the second day, the kidnappers contacted my wife, Immaculate. And they said, "We are with Susan." They contacted her again, and she started the process of negotiating.
Magara did not disclose the cash sum the kidnappers demanded as ransom, but NTV understands they asked for 3 billion shillings.
Later, I asked her, "Let me take charge of this. Let me negotiate with these people." In my mind, I thought I was talking to criminals, cheap criminals, ordinary criminals. They would take a few days without calling, would wait. I started carrying around 4 telephones. Some were mine, and a new number that I'd acquired, thinking I'd reduce on how they'd be tracking me.
But things would take a different twist 10 days after Magara's abduction. Her captors sent what they called a message for the family.
They delivered 2 of her fingers. They asked me to go and pick them, and a recording where they had written a must-see video, which I handed over to police. I didn't watch it. I asked them, "Please watch it and tell me what is in it." They said it has 2 stories. One is good because she's alive. The second one is that her fingers, she doesn't have her 2 fingers.
It was at that stage that President Yoweri Museveni got involved.
And started calling me twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, and also invited me to State House, and we had a 2 hours meeting with him where I requested him to allow us as a family to go by the demands of the kidnappers, and whatever the state was to do later, that could happen after we've recovered Susan. Flora, who was standing here just before me, delivered what they had asked for. And between me and her, kept it to ourselves for a day, thinking we would surprise the rest by Susan reappearing. This did not happen on Saturday, did not happen on Sunday. And Monday evening, I started feeling something was going wrong. There was no reason why Susan was not being released.
It was during the Tuesday morning downpour that the killers dropped off Susan Magara's lifeless body in Kigo, Wakiso district.
Yesterday morning at 9:08, I received a call. He said, "Wait and you speak to the president." Calls and says, "Magara, mutabani, omwana wa Mwisire." I've gotten a report. Indeed, the body does not have the 2 fingers, and they've confirmed, my people confirm, it's likely that it is her. So he asked me, "Go and identify the body."
The motive of the killers remains unknown.
The body was very fresh. had been killed that night. But it gave me some relief, surprisingly, that we had come to some point of knowing that Susan now was dead, that we would not be looking for Susan anymore.
On top of taking her life, the killers reportedly took a huge ransom, with some unconfirmed reports putting the figure at 700 million shillings.
The people of Mexico have suffered so much in this way, but I didn't know that this would come to our country. And brothers and sisters, we must unite against this. We must stop this.
It's said the assailants used at least 17 phone SIM cards to communicate with Susan's family. A letter from Magara's elder sister, who is in Australia, was read at the requiem mass. She demanded answers from telecom sector regulator, the Uganda Communications Commission, and the National Identification and Registration Authority, saying they should have helped in tracking down the kidnappers. Relatives and friends paid glowing tribute to Magara, saying she was ever jolly and cheerful. She will be buried at ancestral home in Chidigwajo, Hoima district, on Thursday. As Susan's family and friends come to terms with this very tragic incident, the questions linger. Who is next? How many more lives must be lost? How many more women's lives must be lost before people can feel secure in this country? Shidan Hushre, NTV.